Demoralizing Trump shot prompts reactions from Team USA coach Kerr and Steph Curry. The news of the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump reached Team USA as they were practicing in Abu Dhabi for the Paris Olympics. Steph Curry, Steve Kerr, and the rest of the team were there. While competing in the Olympics, Kerr expressed his pride in representing the United States, hat-tip ESPN.com. A polite and respectable representation of our nation is of the utmost importance, and we have stressed this to the players. Sitting here and thinking about what happened and is happening in our country is incredibly terrible, and it makes you want to do it even more. At a campaign gathering in Pennsylvania for Donald Trump on Saturday, an assault took place. His campaign later said the ex-president was well after what seemed like gunshot wounds near his ear. The gunman, who seemed to launch his attack from a lofty building outside the arena, fatally shot one fan and has since died himself. 2 more onlookers sustained serious injuries. The FBI has named the gunman as Thomas Matthew Crooks, a 20-year-old from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. An explanation was hazy at best. "Just a horrific, tragic event involving the loss of life," Kerr remarked. "It's a sad day for America, and it's another proof of the partisan divide and gun culture that plagues our nation." An armed 20-year-old who attempted to assassinate the former president with an AR-15. In light of the pre-existing problems in the nation, it is frightening to consider the potential outcomes of this and difficult to comprehend everything that has happened. Thus, it is a bad day. Thankfully, Trump was unharmed, but it's disheartening in every aspect. Pops of gunfire erupted as Trump was a little over halfway through his statements. Secret Service personnel swarmed him the second he seemed to grasp his right ear and fall to the floor. Pros stood Trump up, encircled him, and whisked him away from the stage to a waiting car. Despite the blood on his head and ear, Trump continued to wave and pump his fist to the applause of the crowd. Minutes after the incident, Trump claimed in an article on Truth Social that a bullet pierced the upper part of my right ear. "Clearly, it's a very terrible period in general," Curry remarked. Amidst all the talk about the election and the current political climate in our nation, something like this comes along and makes people feel strongly about the things that we, as a nation, need to fix. First, we must address the issue of gun regulation. It is incomprehensible that someone could launch such an atrocity. More importantly, though, you should seek out signs of optimism and promise. Despite how corny it sounds, it's not fake. It simply adds another stain to the situation, and that is when our nation is at its finest. Just the term sad describes it. Before playing Olympic preparatory games this week, Team USA will stay in the Middle East this week. "We want to show the world what our country is capable of, even though what we're doing is obviously extremely insignificant. It's just playing basketball," Kerr stated. And then you hear something like this, and it's clearly very sad and disheartening.